And the last question that Deeksy wanted me to ask you is, I don't know if you saw the video on Max Pacioretty this week.
No, I didn't see it.
So Patches basically talks about how players have a shelf life in Montreal. So he says former players will get in touch with you, current players, the fan base, everybody will try to give you an expectation of what it is like in Montreal, especially when you're in a leadership position, and how at some point you think you're going to be there for your whole life and it's just going to switch. You're going to be traded. And it wasn't until he got to Las Vegas that he realized the pressure he had in Montreal and how now he can just go about his life and basically hockey comes second. And in Montreal, you suck in both French and English is how he ended his video. So wanted to get your comments and your thoughts on Pacioretty coming out and saying those things right after everybody gets fired.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he said that.
He had it rough.
Yeah, he had a tough go there. He was in a very difficult situation. I wonder if things would have been different in maybe a different time, because there was always the PK and him thing going on.
Yeah.
And then you trade for, you get Shea Weber in there, and I think their plan all along, was to give the C to Webbs. But it's like, okay, how can I take the C from a guy that's been here and been our captain grinding and give it to another guy and still make sure he's happy? You just it would have never happened. At that point, when you make a decision, okay, I'm going to have to get rid of the C here, I'm going to have to trade him. I think that's really what it came down to. And I think they wanted Shea to be the guy. I don't think it would have been an issue between him and Patch, but I think that's probably partially what it came down to. And again, it's just a different market. You can't understand it. I played there, and I loved it, and it was great, and the fans were amazing to me. There's no pressure on me. Him as the captain, the teams like this, again, you have no life. You have no life. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. Whereas I watch him on Instagram now, or sorry, not him, his wife, and he's living in Vegas, and he's in his pool in the afternoons. It's middle of December, and he's got his whole crew, and they're everywhere just living life. It's just a different. Yeah. It's again, I love Patch, and I'm so happy for him. It's a different life in Montreal, and I think no matter how many times you say it, even the guys, like, I've played there, I know what it's like. I've said it. I think that plays into why guys have a hard time signing there, and people just don't understand that. And people that live there will never understand it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be in a big? Yeah, it's great when it's going
when
good.
It's great.
It's great, but it's not always going to go great. And
yeah,
when things go bad, your shelf life is cut a little shorter than it should be.
Montreal, when it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, it's good. And I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree that watching Max Pacioretty pre-captaincy was absolutely beautiful. But then as soon as he tacked on a C on his jersey, you kind of saw the pressure on his shoulders, and you saw him go down. He wasn't the type of player he was before. And that's unfortunate, because he was a franchise player for so long,
Mm-hmm. But and look at the way he's playing now. Look at the way he's playing right now. He's on fire. He's
playing with no pressure.
Oh, it's incredible. It's so good to see. He's aging so well. He skates so well still, and you never lose that shot. I watch the highlights all the time. Just the way he shoots the puck is just beautiful. He's just such a pure scorer. That was when they traded him. I was always like, there's so very few guys in the league that can score like him. He's such a pure scorer. Like, there's guys that are great playmakers, but it's really hard to find pure scorers like him. And you see the way he's still doing it year after year.
But you got to be thankful that trade got us Nick Suzuki and
absolutely
Alexander Romanov as well.
Well, that was mine.
Tatar.
That was
my
trade, yours. But no big deal.
Tatar. You did most of the job there.
and Tuna was awesome with his time in Montreal.
Beautiful.
Struggled a little bit down the stretch last year, but he was awesome. Like, think of how much usage you got out of that guy for, in Vegas, he wasn't even in their lineup.